Speaker of the House, Kevin McCarthy, now promising that there's going to be repercussions for Merrick Garland and his DOJ's problematic investigation and inquiries into Hunter Biden. Now, this comes after a whistleblower made a statement saying that the DOJ was pursuing double standards, saying that while they were investigating Hunter, the DOJ's office was putting their thumb on the scale, limiting what they could actually do in this investigation. Merrick Garland didn't like that implication at all, and he came out, and you can see standing behind him is Lisa Monaco, who looks like she may have lost a little weight. And she is standing there, and they are delivering something that we often call here, pound the table. In the law, there's a saying, it goes like this: when the facts of the case are not on your side, pound the law. All right, go into the law, find the good law, and pound the law. Just hit that hard, law, all day long, forget about the facts. If the law is bad, then you forget about the law, forget about the rules, forget about the statutes, forget about everything, and just pound the law. And if both of those are bad, if the facts are bad and the laws are bad, you just pound the table. Ah! And you scream about the process, and you scream about how offended you are about everything. And I can't believe that a judge would do this. And I can't believe that the prosecutor did that. And how dare you question me about this and the other thing? It's called pounding the table. And it's something that you do when you have really nothing else on your side, when you've kind of screwed things up pretty badly. And that's exactly what this sounds like from Merrick Garland. And this is how we know, this is the default standard from the FBI, from really any government bureaucrat, but really you'll notice it with the FBI and the DOJ. Man, they get so offended when you say that they're executing a double standard. Well, no, we're not. We're like, yeah, you are. We've got it all chronicled here, dummies. And they say, I'm offended. How dare you? They pound the table. Here it is.
Mr. Attorney General, Republicans in Congress have flirted with the idea of holding the FBI director in contempt. It's become a talking point on the campaign trail, the alleged corruption in the FBI and other federal law enforcement agencies. Do the American people have cause to be concerned about the integrity of the components of this Justice Department, and what do you have to say about how they're acting?
I certainly understand that some have chosen to attack the integrity of the Justice Department as
attack the integrity of the Justice Department.
Attack the integrity of the Justice Department as components and its employees.
Yeah.
By claiming that we do not treat like cases alike.
You don't.
This constitutes an attack on an institution that is essential to American democracy and essential to the safety of the American people.
They're under attack now. Do you see that? He used that word twice. The DOJ is under attack because we're questioning their unethical standards, because we are bringing up their own whistleblowers who are on their own investigation. The IRS whistleblowers were a part of DOJ. They were working with DOJ investigators and FBI investigators. They stepped out. They're the ones saying it, Merrick. It's not everybody else. So they're questioning your own integrity. They were lifers there. And now you're going to say that the rest of us who are asking for answers, demanding answers as a result of their blowing the whistle, are the ones attacking you? This is called legitimate governance. You have to respond to the will of the people. Now, they're not doing that right now. We'll see how it works out for them. But here he goes, pounding the table again.
Nothing could be further from the truth.
Nothing.
You've all heard me say many times that we make our cases based on the facts and the law. These are not just words. These are what we live by. They are the foundation of the way we make these decisions. The agents of the FBI, as well as the DEA, the ATF, our deputy U.S. Marshals, every day, often at great personal risk, protect the American people and secure its safety. Our cases are based on their work. I could not be more proud.
So he didn't answer anything about the allegation, just so we're clear. He talked for about a minute, maybe 45 seconds or so. Didn't respond to anything other than just saying integrity, integrity, integrity. You know, Merrick Garland doesn't often answer questions. He's not that good at it. And he usually comes out and gives scripted speeches. A lot of this stuff gets delegated over to Lisa Monaco, this woman right here. We see her name on all sorts of filings. She does a lot of the DOJ's dirty work. And yeah, I mean, she actually looks different here. This is a curious thing that he is taking questions. And did you see how flustered he looked, actually? I mean, his face actually looked agitated, like he was irritable that we were even asking him about this stuff. You know, filings and double standards and great sacrifice and all this stuff. And you're going, what great sacrifice are many of these people involved in? You guys are making up evidence and sending emails to Twitter to censor MAGA Republicans. Yeah, Great personal sacrifice. Sitting behind your little censor boxes and censoring Americans because you don't like Trump. Creating fictional evidence like the Steele dossier and then running that up the chain. Give me a break.
Treat like cases alike. This constitutes an attack on an institution that is essential to American democracy.
There it is. Essential to American democracy. I'm not so sure about that there, Mayor. I think that you guys are one of the biggest questionable institutions that this country has now because of what you're doing to democracy. Because your agency indicted Trump. Talk about shattering democracy. You could have let the people make a decision on that. You didn't. You wanted to sideline your political enemies, but they're going to scream at us about American democracy. What other democracies are prosecuting their #1 political opponents? You want to explain that to me, Mayor? You're doing it, buddy.
Essential to the safety of the American people. Nothing could be further from the truth. You've all heard me say many times that we make our cases based on the facts and the law. These are not just words. These are what we live by. They're the foundation of the way we make these decisions.
No, they're
the
not.
Agents of the FBI,
guys
as well
are
as the
power-hungry
DEA, the
maniacs.
ATF, our deputy U.S. Marshals,
All of them.
every day, often at great personal risk, protect the American people and secure its safety.
I'm sure there are very good agents in each one of those agencies doing great work. I don't have any question about that. But the people on top, the people like Mayor, they are power-hungry maniacs who are undermining American democracy, not promoting it in any way, shape, or form. And so he came out with that statement. Says, we're very honest people here. We speak through our filings and everything's above board and blah, blah, blah. Well, Byron York, who is the chief correspondent over for Washington Examiner, he got this. The IRS whistleblower, who we know here as Gary Shapley, he testified that the U.S. attorney in charge, David Weiss, who we know well, said he wanted to bring charges in D.C. but was denied. Many people balked, right? Many said, no, that didn't happen. No way. No way Shapley could know that. No way he could know that. Well, here's more from Shapley. All right, this was the letter that they got. June 23rd, Jason Foster and Tristan Levitt, Empower Oversight Agency, who sent the letter. They said, in an October 7, 2022 meeting, this is a follow-up notice, a meeting at Delaware U.S. Attorney Office, David Weiss, who was there at the meeting, told 6 witnesses, 6! He did not have authority to charge in other districts and had thus requested special counsel status. All right, so it's not just Gary Shapley there. There's 5 other people who heard that. He specifically requested special counsel status. So I'm sure that there are other people who memorialize this and remember it. Those 6 witnesses, whoa, we've got names. He named the names. Baltimore FBI Special Agent in Charge, Tom Sobochinsky was there. Assistant Special Agent in Charge, Raisha Holly was there, both from the FBI. IRS Assistant Special Agent in Charge, Gary Shapley was there. And Special Agent in Charge, Daryl Walden was there. Also independently and contemporaneously corroborated Mr. Shapley's account in an email, which is now public as an exhibit. Mr. Shapley would have no insight into why Mr. Weiss's would make these statements at the meeting if they were false. If he showed up there and said, I don't have the ability to charge Hunter, why would he lie? If he did, he lied to 6 people. That Mr. Weiss made these statements is easily corroborated, and it's up to him and the Justice Department to reconcile the evidence of the October statements with contrary statements by Mr. Weiss and the Attorney General to Congress, right? Weiss went to Congress, Merrick Garland went to Congress and said, they both said, I can do whatever I want in this case. I'm kind of like a special counsel, but not really. Turns out that's not true. David Weiss told 6 people, all named here. He didn't have that power. So we've got some liars in the House. And the question is, who are they? And how do they get rooted out and brought to the public's attention? And is it Merrick Garland is a big question. Now, another inquiry was about the extent to which this laptop was actually investigated, if at all. Hunter got 2 charges, a tax crime charge, not filing his taxes, and a gun charge. And those are pretty minor relative to the other things that we've seen him involved in on the laptop, the Hunter Biden laptop. But did the DOJ even look at the laptop? Did they even investigate it at all? Not really. This is first on NBC. Hunter Biden's lawyers, MSNBC. Breaking news. Hunter Biden's lawyer shows up and talks about the case and gets a very interesting question. Did you get asked by the government prosecutors about the laptop at all? Was that even a part of this?
Do you have any idea if Hunter Biden's laptop had anything to do with this investigation? Was it used?
I don't. No, I don't. I mean,
were you ever asked about it?
I can't recall being asked about it, to be honest with you, but there's nothing about the situation that's been filed that has a thing to do with the laptop?
Why not?
I don't know. You'd have to ask the prosecutors.
Yeah, great question from the defense. Great question. I don't know. I don't make charging decisions. It's not my job to go tell the government what to do. He's sitting there going like, well, I don't know. Well, it's a good question, actually. He's like, I'm glad they didn't bring that up, actually. That laptop's a disaster. If they would have brought that up, I mean, that could have changed everything. But why didn't they bring it up? Well, ask the prosecutors. Well, we know what the answer is from those prosecutors, obviously. What are they going to say? We already know they got evidence that they were undermining the actual tax investigations. The FBI was in possession of the laptop since 2019, well before it was ever released to the public through the laptop repair shop owner. And they let the CIA and the rest of the media lie to us about this being a Russian disinformation, according to 51 so-called intelligence people. So we know why the DOJ didn't ask about the laptop, because they didn't want to. It would have brought in a whole nother set of charges. It's disgusting what they're doing. Other people are literally sitting in federal prison as a result of similar charges that Hunter committed. And many of these people are sitting in prison because of Joe Biden's crime bill. So it's just a twofer. It's a horrible thing. But McCarthy is promising that there will be some action. He posted this as a result of this confirmation from the whistleblower. Whistleblower says, I'd literally name names. You want their names? Here they are. Go just send them a subpoena, Congress. So Kevin says, all right, well, we need to get to the facts, and that includes reconciling these clear disparities. U.S. Attorney David Weiss must provide answers to the House Judiciary Committee. If the whistleblower's allegations are true, we got a big if there, right? This will be a significant part of a larger impeachment inquiry into Merrick Garland's weaponization of the DOJ. All right, so I know we're not there yet. We've got a fact-finding provision, and then we've got to reconcile, and then we've got some questions, and then if it's true, it's going to be a part of a larger impeachment inquiry into Merrick Garland. So it's like, if you can juggle like 37 things and catch them all at the same time, and everything lines up perfectly, we'll do it. So we'll see. I know I can be a little bit hard on the Republicans, but they have done some stuff, and we actually have seen some activity on this. Remember, we got the FBI to take some action. They brought a document over, and that was the first domino in this FD 1023 inquiry. We've got other activity happening. There was the censure of Adam Schiff, which was another nice development. We started to see some there. And maybe these are just baby steps. Congress is warming up. And so we've got the dominoes falling. We get to the facts. And this whistleblower, Gary Shapley, is providing some very juicy and spicy meatballs. We like that there. So now Congress has a whole list of other names. Oh, you were at the meeting? You were at the meeting? You were at the meeting? Great. Let's hear from you. Oh, that's interesting. Seems like the whole investigation was about as corrupt as can be. Kevin McCarthy says, might be worth an impeachment inquiry. Here's what that sounded like. And here he is ripping this Fox News person for not following him on Twitter.
Miranda Devine says that Joe Biden met with his business partners 12 times. 12 different times and 12 different deals, perhaps. So it's according to Rob Walker, who was in on all this stuff. Good friend. He's all over the laptop. So will this prompt you to do a impeachment inquiry?
Well, you apparently don't follow me on Twitter, because yesterday I laid out very, very clearly by July 6th, because of the allegations from the IRS, because of the whistleblowers and the DOJ, Garland, what he is saying and what David Weiss are saying privately are two different things.
Right.
And if it comes true what the IRS whistleblower is saying, we're going to start impeachment inquiries on the Attorney General.
All right. If it comes true, we're going to start impeachment inquiries into the Attorney General. All right, we'll see. We're hoping there is some activity on it, because enough of these people already. Let's have some consequences for what they are doing to this country.